Wet floor. So I guess no running. BioCrisis sounds like a bad mix of Resident Evil and Dino Crisis. And it actually is just that. Just with the difference that it's neither bad nor Dino Crisis. Instead we get a lot of Resident Evil. And I mean not in terms of being a lot of game, because it's pretty damn short, considering that it's easily done in under 10 minutes. And this is if you take your time, otherwise it's even shorter. But in terms of being a very good Resident Evil-like survival horror game, even though it doesn't last very long. It actually reminded me a lot of peak Resident Evil, and I got some pretty big Resident Evil 3 vibes from the game. It's a real shame that it's so incredibly short, because I would have loved to get a full 3 to 4 hour game of it. But why does it even exist, and more importantly, why isn't it longer? It was developed by these 3 guys, which I won't even attempt to pronounce, so here's Google doing it.
Krzysztof Tracz, Joanna Jesionowska,
And
Paula Pszczóła.
but they go by Spina for this game, at least I think so, I don't really know to be honest. Anyway, it was made as part of the 32-bit Spring Cleaning Game Jam, which is an opportunity for anyone who wishes to continue working on a game that's been stuck in limbo and give it an extra push while keeping our 32-bit theme in mind. So basically it's a small competition to finish a PS1 era-like game in a certain time frame, in this case from March 21st to April 11th, 2021. And it actually delivered and ended up in 2nd place out of 28. Rest in peace catching apples in last place. Yeah. Anyway, therefore it isn't any longer because it was made in a fairly short time frame and with the intention of competing in the game jam. Apart from that, it was made to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil. In the meantime, Capcom had Reverse as an anniversary gift. Yeah, I think I know which one I liked better. The game features a pretty non-existing story, apart from this one photo in the inventory telling us to get Sharon from the swimming pool. Spoiler, we kinda actually do that later, and us waking up from our car. Apart from that, we get some beautiful looking pre-rendered backgrounds with great details and perspectives, and I really enjoyed them a lot. Especially because they depict very interesting locations that we normally don't see in survival horror games, like a swimming pool. I mean, I also don't see that often in real life. Sometimes I wasn't even sure if they just took a picture of a real room and turned down the resolution, but they fit perfectly and look amazing. It might sound crazy, but I even preferred some of them over the actual Resident Evil games, and I love the atmosphere created by them and the rest of the environment. They are also slightly blurry, like we are playing on a low-res screen, just like all the 3D models that are rendered in like 240p or something similar. The enemies are very early Resident Evil-like as well. They look and sound similar, and I was even able to dodge them in the exact same way. But all the animations look a bit less stiff and more advanced than in the early Resident Evil games. Which is probably to be expected considering that it released 25 years later. But still a decent effort. We also got a cool boss at the end of the game that I don't want to show here, but let's say it reminded me a lot of Resident Evil as well. Tell me in the comments if you played the game and know what I mean. The rest of the gameplay is also basically completely copied from Resident Evil, but I felt instantly at home and it was very responsive. So thumbs up for that, although it's not original in any way. I mean, they even copied the inventory screen almost one-to-one. The only completely unremarkable aspect about this game was the music, which is probably the case because there's basically none. Most of the time there's just a bit of background ambience. But that sounds very good at least. I also want to mention that the gunshots sounded quite powerful as well, which I didn't expect but appreciated. There are also some cool references to other survival horror games, but you can find this yourself for the extra fun. Overall, BioCrisis is very fun. It doesn't cost you anything and it scratches the classic survival horror itch, even if it's just for 10 minutes. I actually enjoyed it enough to play through it 3 times. Once for the first time experience, the second time for exploring the things I missed on my first one, and then one super fast speed one, where I bottled half of it. But I recommend any one of you to try it out if you can, even though I spoiled pretty much all of the game already, just to experience it for yourself. Thanks for watching, please subscribe if you liked the video, because most of you apparently haven't, and please tell me in the comments if you want to see more of this shorter kind of videos where I showcase a small indie horror game. Thank you and see you next time.